Hey everybody, this is Creation again with Situation with Creation. And today I want to talk about my own personal perspective on relationships. Now, in the last video, I talked about, my coming out story and being a gay man, gay black man, and things of that nature. Today I want to just give an understanding of my perspective on as before relationships. So, first, I believe that there are different types of relationships out there. And the first relationship is what I believe is the procreation relationship between man and woman, which is, how we come to be and how we produce people on the planet, which is, the majority, the norm. And there is nothing wrong with that type of relationship. But I just want to give, an understanding that's not the only type of relationship. Like being a gay man, same sex loving people or same gender loving people, however you want to, phrase or give the description of the relationship, is a different type of relationship. It's not the procreating relationship of man and woman and opposite sex or opposite genders, but it's a relationship between two people of the same sex. And to me, I believe this is like a spiritual connection and relationship. And the reason why I say that is that once you get past the idea of lust and animalistic attraction, I'm talking about the connection where you actually care about someone and you actually love someone. And it's a connection not really based on sex, but can lead to a physical, interaction with each other, but it's not really necessary as far as I'm concerned. Being a same gender loving or same sex loving person, I believe that when I care about a man, that the creator is the spirit inside that man that is attracted to the creator spirit inside of me in a relationship of saying, oh, you look like me and I love you. Let's get together, let's have a relationship. Now, our relationship wouldn't be based on procreation, which is a different type of relationship. And I would never judge or evaluate my relationship based on a different type of relationship that would never work for the type of attraction that I have. And I believe the creator created us, and I believe that, that it is natural for same sex people to be attracted to each other. To me, I like to represent like the spiritual aspect of the gay relationship because, I believe that like it's too sexualized and that they don't see or promote the spiritual component because there is another side to it. And so to me, I just want to get on here and just for people who may have a struggle like I did, I had to really think about what it was to even be a gay man and why I was even gay in the first place. And this is how I began my understanding and experience. So to me, I started thinking, okay, so my attraction is to a man, and I'm not attracted to women sexually, for baby making or for any of that, idea. Now, I'm not going to say that I can't understand how attractive or beautiful something is, like a piece of art. Like women can be beautiful, their makeup and all their manifestations of clothing and jewelry, but that's not for me a relationship that I want to be in. It's just something to say, oh, that's really pretty because I'm not trying to go out to have a relationship with a flower in the field. And so to me, I started thinking, okay, so why am I made this way? And I believe that the creator is a spirit, a being not really based on gender, but really based on like the attributes and the feelings and the behaviors from within. And that's why I believe in what is called like the peace pattern, like I talked about in the first video. I believe that the creator is expressing itself in a same sex relationship, not for procreation, but for a relationship of love and all the things that has to do with not a physical outward genital or physical outward, face, but actually how the person really is on the inside, because in origin, we all come from the creator creation. So that's why I believe that same sex attraction is a spiritual adventure to explore the ideas of being one and being intimate in the idea of peace and love that's really from the creator creation, and to see where that would lead in terms of our relationship with the creator creation. So to me, I don't believe that it's a sin to be gay, which I don't like that statement, but I think it's just a different relationship because there are even animals out there like penguins, two male penguins. If you look up a story, you can look up two male penguins that would take one of the eggs and raise the child, raise the penguin or the baby penguin. Now, what in nature caused them to do that? So it wasn't an idea of, oh, I'm only attracted to the opposite sex, or I only need to have this opposite sex partner to raise a child. I don't believe that that's even, the rule. Now, yes, you do need the opposite sex if you want to produce the offspring, but the relationship is a little different. After the offspring is created, then after that, it's not about male or female. It's about the behavior and the ability to nurture and care for that child, like in a spiritual sense, in terms of teaching it behaviors and ideas of what life is really about. So I don't shun heterosexual relationships because they are real relationships that exist and they are real. But I also want to say that the understanding of same sex relationships should be just as accepted because it's just a different type of relationship. Now, I think a lot of times the physical aspect of it is where all the controversy come into, but truthfully, for me, I don't need that type of interaction to be a gay person. I think it's the within place. Now, if I care about the guy and I decide that, oh, I want to share my body, but to me, that's just flesh. That's earth. That's dust. That has nothing to do with spirit. It's not going to get me to any high levels of understanding. It's just a physical sensation and a response to the sense of touch and the sense of, you know, um, well, I would just say the sense of touch, and you're aroused by your partner because you care about them, and then they say they massage you or they touch you, then you will respond. But it's not really procreation. It's more like it's a love. And that's oh, it is procreation. Not to me because you can take little twigs and grass and get the same response. So that's why I don't put a lot of emphasis on the physical aspect. And I'm not shunning people who like the physical aspect. Do what you do what's right for you. But there's also for me, I believe I'm an example of the spiritual component that has the love for the partner, not so much as a hookup in the bathroom or whatever it is that people enjoy doing at the parties or at the club. But I'm saying I want something long lasting, something that's more concrete, the intimacy, the connection, the oneness between the two people. And I think it's a spiritual adventure. And anybody out there that sees this, I hope you do get an understanding that please don't evaluate who you are as a gay person based on a different type of relationship that can never show you how to really have that relationship you're looking for in love with the same sex. So that's my advice and encouragement, or not counsel, but you do as you will and however you want. But to me, I believe that being gay is a spiritual adventure, and there are a lot of spiritual gay people. I just believe it's time that we have a lot of people to represent the community in a spiritual aspect and not so much as, the party and the hookup, which is great and it has its place, but I think more spiritual expression should be shown. So that way, when you have that same sex family, dynamic, it'll be known that it is a love dynamic and that two same sex partners can raise a child, whether it be male or female, because it's not really about the outward appearance or the outward physicality. Because if that's the case, we do have doctors for the physical, but when it comes from the internal, the thinking, the behavior, and the spiritual aspect, we can teach children how to be at peace and how to interact in a way that's beneficial to a win-win situation, how to live their life in happiness and joy the way that they are and express themselves, whether they be in the heterosexual sex idea or in a same-sex idea for themselves. Let them make that decision for themselves. I would never tell someone what they should be. Let them figure that out for themselves and express what they want to be by their own desires within in terms of peace. So, I mean, I want to speak about more things, but I would like some suggestions down in the comments. And if you're new here, welcome. I do have a video to introduce my coming out story and my perspectives on life. And it's just for me, my own very, I can't speak for everyone, I can't speak for the whole community, but I can speak my own experience. And maybe that'll help someone else figure out what it is they're feeling or how they're looking at things. And again, there are different types of relationship, and same-sex relationships are just acceptable as opposite-sex relationships. And I just want to put that out there that love really is love. It's not a cliche. It really is. Love can manifest in different kind of ways, and it just so happened that in creation and in our population, that same-sex attraction is a relationship and should not be shunned or ridiculed as being something negative or abnormal. It's just as normal as a heterosexual relationship. And so that's my spiel on the whole relationship thing. And if you do have questions, please post them and I will try to answer them. And I would love to get your feedback and how you experience things in the community. I like to build a little community where we can all share ideas. And it doesn't matter if you're same sex, opposite sex, please welcome to the channel. Express, this is a safe place for you to be who you are. And we can all live together in unity with all our differences of relationship and still love one another in that ideal piece. So thank you for listening today. This is Situation with Creation. I'm Creation, and I hope you have a peaceful day, and I'll see you at the next time. Bye bye.